This just in, I received some communications between insiders of David's camp regarding the entire Celeste situation. For those of you that don't know, aside from Fanboy, Zerks is also the administrator of all of David's discords. Zerks has also been quite prolific in the fact that he has deleted many of the messages and conversations within the different discords. And here are some screenshots that some kind soul anonymously inboxed me saying, I won't. Don't say anything about the tattoo or anything. Act clueless. He is seemingly conspiring to cover up having knowledge of Celeste's tattoo 3 days prior to her being publicly identified and encouraging others to quote unquote act clueless, allegedly. Here's the full screenshot, just so you can see it came intact in my inbox. I'm not really confident about what's going on this screenshot, but apparently they were asking if they were suing someone. I'm going to guess Neo. Here's Zerks going back and forth with somebody accusing him of making legal threats against them and saying, I do know Neo. I've talked to Neo 5 times. Zerks goes on to say, someone was pretending to be some detective or something. The person then says, I believe you when you say you're not suing anyone. You don't seem worried, so let me clear your name, dude. Zerk says, but dude, I'd appreciate if you stop DMing, asking me questions on shit I don't know, and stop posting about me. And the person goes on to say, the more names I can clear, the less innocent people get brought up, bro. That's what I'm talking about. You could just explain it if it weren't shady, right? The person goes on to say, this isn't going to go away until you explain it, bro. She was 14, dog, like for real. If you don't want to give any sort of statement on that, expect a full coverage YouTube video by a well-known YouTuber, as well as an expose on the shady behavior. Zerks keeps saying that somebody was pretending to be a detective, and in this friend group, I can't say the name, I'll call them Anonymous Male 1, was the person pretending to be a detective with LAPD. So this person that's confronting him goes on to say, those are messages you deleted. Okay, makes sense. That's all I needed to know. Bro, you are actually cooked. Like, it's bad, bro. Don't stress. It's chill. I'll leave you be. Zerks goes on to say, dude, I explained stuff. Just delete the posts of me. And then this person says, you have a little brother, too. Was he in the Discord as well? Crazy. Here's Zerks fanboying it up. Another picture with David. And then here's a screen grab where someone within the group asks, who is this Zerksify? And the person goes on to say, guy who manages the server. Here is proof of messages and chats being deleted off of the server by Zerksify. Here's some of the conversation that was leaked between Safiya and Zerks. At least I didn't get harassed when I worked with her. Zerks, you're right. Someone else chimes in, but it's kind of too late. None of this would be happening if the server was just shut down right away. Zerks said true. And here is where they begin talking about David's management team. Zerks says, trust it'll be peaceful after telling them to delete the social media that they have. And someone says, okay, and how about when people continue to dox us? Another chimes in, Rob's not helping nobody, twin. That's referring to David's tour manager or road manager. Somebody else says, they said that to cover their asses and pretend they care about us. He doesn't understand how bad they have it. He said this a while ago, damn, they better get us a better lawyer like Saul Goodman. They really think that Saul Goodman is going to help them in this situation. That's hilarious. Anyway, you could read this one yourself. And then here's Zerks again saying, y'all are like Twitter harassing me, Shell, because he didn't delete the server in time. You guys can draw your own conclusion, but I've gotten some information that a certain PI that's working in this case allegedly has some of the people within these conversations bound by a non-disclosure agreement and is sending things to the pretend detective. I'm going to post some more after I have some time to go through everything. I just wanted to get this out and to y'all quickly before the night was over. I'll update more tomorrow.